Anand Ranganathan, if it is a neutral law covering all situations, covering all religions, covering all sorts of minorities or various groups that could be possibly targeted by hate speech, then what is the problem with such a law? If it's not naming BJP, RSS, any political party, any other organization, if it's a law that applies uniformly to all. Please reply to Kapil.
Good evening, Madhav, and good evening to my fellow panelists. Look, the Karnataka Hate Speech and Hate Crimes Prevention Bill 2025 is the very embodiment of undeclared emergency. It is a bill of the dictators, by the dictators, for the dictators. Actually, it should be renamed as the Karnataka Hate Against Free Speech or Karnataka Freedom of Speech Prevention Bill 2025. Its sole purpose is to silence, prosecute, throw in jail anyone you don't like the voice of, anyone you don't like the words of. It is primed for selective and subjective application. It defines hate speech as any expression made with intention to cause injury, disharmony, enmity, hatred or ill will against person alive or dead, class or group of persons or community on the grounds of religion, race, caste, community, sex, gender, sexual orientation, place of birth, residence or language, disability or tribe. What is left out? Who is left out? I'll tell you who will be left out. Congress leaders like Hari Prasad, like D'Souza, like Zamir, who have indulged in rampant hate speech and racist bigoted abuse. Let me illustrate how selectivity is inbuilt in the bill's application, Madhav. Polytheists, i.e. Hindus, are the worst of creatures. Do not marry the polytheist women unless they convert. Those who disbelieve in our verses, we will drive them into a fire. Do not take disbelievers as friends unless they convert and kill them if they refuse. Now I ask the Karnataka government, did I just promote enmity and hatred against disbelievers and Hindus? Should I not be prosecuted? But these are verbatim verses from the holy book. 98:6, 2221, 456, 489. So I dare you to say that I am promoting hatred. I dare you, Madhav. But then again, this bill is the logical end to its draconian beginning of our constitution itself. The reality is that we don't have a constitution that respects dissent. We have laws and articles that rather than protect the rights of the dissenter, protect those who violate the rights. Everything is grey. Everything is subject to something. Everything is primed for offending someone's sensibilities. If I am not in jail right now, Madhav, it is because the state has decided I need not be jailed. The constitution is the real dictator and it has spawned little dictators who are following it. Modi, Mamta, Yogi, Kejriwal, Stalin and now Siddaramaiah. Everyone is stifling free speech and everyone has a ready excuse that we are only following the constitution in just 30 seconds. Let's get this straight. Okay. You don't stand against unjust and draconian laws that stifle free speech. You stand against their application to your friends and ideological bedfellows. You don't stand against stifling of free speech. You stand against stifling of free speech when the speech is of your friends. Hypocrites.
Okay, respond to that. I think that's a long set of arguments. Syed Aslam Pasha, respond to it. Because who's going to sit in arbitration of what constitutes disharmony, what constitutes hate, what constitutes, enmity, what constitutes ill will? These can be very subjective terms. At the end of the day, what is constitute and how is this law going to operate? These are some very, very curious and serious questions that are coming out of it. Syed Aslam Pasha.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Madhav. And my friend Anand Ranganathan, every day he gives pearls out of his wisdom. But I'm aligned with him. But unfortunately, today I'm not aligned with him. Madhav, I need to tell you, Karnataka is known as Sarva Janangada Shantiya Tota. This is a land of peace, love, and harmony. Anybody who tries to vitiate the atmosphere, who promotes disharmony in the state, definitely action will be taken against that. Right? Now, this bill, hate crime and, prevention of hate crime and hate speech, this is exactly what it talks about. I think we should know, Madhav, we should know, in the last decade or decade and a half, we have more than 24 of murders which have happened in both the communities. I'm not specifically telling that it is for Hindus or Muslims. There are more than 24 hate crimes which have happened. It is purely because of the communal disharmony. Let's not forget the fact, Mr. Anand Ranganathan gave a couple of examples. I would want him to, take cognizance of the Supreme Court. May 5th, 2025, there is a Supreme Court order which stresses on bringing additional efforts to curb this disharmony and the hate speeches which are made, right, in 3 or 4 districts of Karnataka, the Dakshina Kannada district, Udupi, Davangere and Shimaga, more than 2 dozen murders have happened. There was an important need to bring in such bill to curb the hate speech, to curb the communal disharmony, and to curb any propaganda which is against the communal harmony of the state. It was important, and I don't understand why would the BJP oppose this. Are you saying that you're going against the Supreme Court's judgment which came on May 5th, 2025? Are you telling me that you don't want peace in Karnataka? Are you telling me that you want to promote communal disharmony in the state? What are you opposing? This is equal for all the citizens of Karnataka. We love peace, we love communal harmony, and we want brotherhood in our state.
Okay, Dr. Ranganathan, I'll pose that question a slightly different way, because one of the points he made is borne out factually. As per the 2022 NCRB data, I'm going strictly by the data, there are a huge amount of increase in terms of cases pertaining to hate speech and other acts, 45%, and maximum cases in 2022 were reported in Uttar Pradesh, followed by Rajasthan and Maharashtra. Dr. Ranganathan, it's a real problem, is it not?
It is not a problem because, as I said, at the core of it is, Madhav, subjectivity. Now, the increase of cases is because everyone thinks that my religious community has been offended, my views, my worship, my way of life has been offended, so I will file a case. That doesn't mean that hate speech has increased, because you haven't defined what is hate speech. Number 2, my good friend Pasha ji, I ask a very simple question. In fact, अब मुझे पता नहीं कि मुझे कर्नाटका गवर्नमेंट पहले जेल भेजेगी या सुप्रीम कोर्ट भेजेगा, because the biggest hypocrite is Supreme Court itself. When still Udaynidhi Stalin is roaming around free after indulging in clear hate speech, Nupur was said to have burned the country down for simply quoting verses. This is the problem in this country. Who is defining what is hate speech? And Pasha Saab, I urge you to answer my simple question. Is my saying polytheists are the worst of creatures hate speech or not? Yes or no, Pasha Saab? You're a good friend. Tell me, when I say Hindus are the worst of creatures, am I indulging in hate speech? Tell me.
Right. Madhav, you need to give me 30 seconds to respond, because I need to respond to Anandji. Sir, in Islam, it promotes peace, love and brotherhood. Right? We don't talk about, you can't get selective in picking up some verses in the whichever.
So now he's being selective what is hate speech or not?
No, I'm not selective. Allow me to respond, please. Allow me to.
You are selective.
Islam
I quoted verbatim.
Islam is a religion of peace. When we talk about God,
is Manusmriti also a peaceful book? Is Manusmriti also a peaceful book?
We believe in the freedom of speech and freedom of following all religions.
You
Islam
don't.
talks about,
You don't.
No, I'm sorry. You need to allow me to speak. Lakum dinukum waliya deen. Islam talks about lakum dinukum waliya deen. I will practice my religion.
I have quoted it straight out of the holy book. Are you saying my quotes are wrong? Are you saying I'm quoting wrongly?
I am telling you, Islam talks about lakum dinakum waliya deen. It talks about I will follow my religion.
No, this is why this becomes extremely complicated as an argument. And I think the point that Dr. Ranganathan made is very clear. But I want to bring